Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a pleasant day to each and everyone. This is Jufali Alawya Jamalul, a BS Public Administration student, and today we will be talking about the conflict resolution education. The things that, of course, this education will be tackling are violence, of course, securities, giving particular resolution about a specific conflict and etc. So before moving on to the main topic of this video, let us first understand what is conflict to begin with. Okay, so when we say conflict can be seen from various situations in time. Apart from that, conflict exists when two individuals disagree about a particular thing. This could be the root of any type of feud, but considering of course the chances and disadvantages like violence, securities, threats, and etc. of this issue that could affect even the society given that it is very rampant to our society, countless ways that could resolve this issue occur at the same time. So meaning, even if the number of conflict in our society is very rampant, like it is very numerous, meron din tayo mga ways into how are we going to solve a particular conflict, of course. So anyway, we will be talking about that thing further. Moving on to the understanding conflict resolution. What is conflict resolution to begin with? Conflict arises from this sort of need, of course, drives, wishes, and or demands. Constructive conflict resolution begins with developing an understanding of conflict and the principle of conflict resolution. Okay, so talking about, of course, the origin of the conflict, when we say kailangan, of course, before understanding conflict resolution education, we have first to know what is the main root or the origin of this conflict to begin with. So origin of the conflict, of course, almost every conflict involves an attempt by the debatants to meet the basic needs that, if not satisfied, cause of the conflict to persist, even when an agreement is reached about the subject of the dispute. So meaning, when kung meron tayong, let's say for example, meron tayong isang conflict and their needs or their demand are not even recognized at the end of the day, basically, hindi yan masusolve. So basically, ang mangyayari dyan is magpa-persist pa yan even if you reach, of course, the subject of the dispute. Okay? So anyway, we have the basic needs, basic psychological needs. Okay? When we say basic psychological needs, this could be this can help to solve, of course, a particular conflict or a particular dispute. So what are these basic psychological needs? We have belongingness, we have power, freedom, and of course we have fun. When we say belongingness, fulfilled by loving, sharing, and cooperating with others. So meaning you have someone to talk to, or you have someone to share your problem at the end of the day. When we say power naman, power fulfilled by achieving, accomplishing, being recognized, and of course respected. All of us wants to be respected, and for you to be able to be respected, you have to be respectful as well. So thirdly, we have freedom fulfilled by making choice, and lastly, we have fun fulfilled by laughing and playing. Okay, so moving on, when of course conflict strikes, there are some instances that limited resources, there are some instances that something arises as well. Okay, and one of that is the limited resources. When we say limited resources, conflict resolution principles suggest that limited resources, conflict resolution principles suggest that when limited resources are at issue, individuals' best interests lie on cooperating and not competing. So basically, ang mangyayari dyan, instead of if someone is in conflict, of course, and limited resources is at issue, then basically, yung mangyayari dyan, you shouldn't compete, but instead, you should cooperate. Okay? Because if you compete at the end of the day, then basically, your conflict will never be solved. And of course, if you just cooperate to a particular solution or resolution, then basically your conflict will be solved as soon as possible. Okay, so moving on, we have the different values. Different values, of course, conflict involving different values like beliefs, priorities, principles tend to be more difficult to resolve. Okay, when an individual holds a value, he or she has an enduring belief that a specific action is preferable to another action or quality. Quality. So basically, you don't absorb new analysis, fresh analysis. You tend to be dependent on your own analysis, on your own perceptions. And with this type of beliefs and with this type of mentality mechanism, of course, your feud, your conflict will be like hard to solve kasi mayroon kang pinaglalaban and you don't want it to be destroyed and you don't want it to be underlaid. Okay, so that's it. That is why when different values like beliefs, priorities, and etc occur, then basically a particular conflict is very hard to solve. Okay, moving on, we have the problem solving processes. And of course, in understanding conflict resolution, we also have to consider the processes that we should undergo if we are going to solve a particular problem. When we say problem solving and processes, all problem solving processes in conflict resolution are based on integrated negotiation theory. So meaning, when I say negotiation, this is more on talking, this is more on socializing and etc. Anyway, explaining explaining problem solving processes further, we can actually we have to talk about the three main factors that we should follow if we are going to pursue a problem solving process. We have negotiation, mediation, and consensus decision making. When we say negotiation, from the word is itself negotiate. Okay, so you are going to talk with the person you are in conflict. So elaborating it further, negotiation, the two parties in the dispute of their representative or their representative meet face-to-face to work together unassisted to resolve the dispute between the parties. So basically, yung basically mangyayari dito is basically mangyayari dito, ang magsosolve lang ng problem is the disputes proper. Okay? So walang kumbaga sa Maranao, daapangilabutron. Kumbaga sa Tagalog, walang mangingialam. It's them, okay? It's only them that can actually solve their own problem. And that is how you are going, of course, to negotiate with the person you are in conflict with, and you are going to solve it all by yourself. Okay? So that's how negotiation works. Moving on to the mediation, a part of the problem-solving processes. Mediation, when we say mediation, of course, in a problem-solving process in which the two parties in the dispute or their representative meet face-to-face to resolve the dispute, assisted by a neutral third party called the mediator. Okay, so let's picture a thing out. If you are very familiar, anyways, we are all Filipinos. If you are familiar with the program sa TV5, Face to Face, that is a very good example of mediation. Okay? The two parties who are in dispute are being interfaced by the third party, which is called the mediator. Let's say for example, si dispute A and si dispute B. Nag-aaway sila, and for them to be able to solve their problem, they want someone that could help them. And that someone, which is the third party, is called the mediator. Okay? So, if you can picture out the mechanism of the face-to-face program from Channel 5, makikita mo doon na yung dalawang taong may conflict ay pinag-uusap ng isang mediator. Yung mediator na yon, he or she has to balance the stage. He or she has to maintain the equality at the end of the day. So that is how mediation exists. Anyway, we are going to elaborate mediation process later on. So we will be mediation process will be very substantiated later on. Anyway, moving on to the consensus decision making. When we say consensus decision making, a problem solving process in which the two parties in dispute or their representative meet face-to-face and collaborate to resolve the dispute by crafting a plan or action that all parties can well support. So possible we can what example that we can use here, the example that we can use here is pwede yung let's say for example a business conflict, okay, tapos yung anak ko ipapangasawa ko sa anak niya, so depende yon sa plano ng dalawang dispute kung paano nila gustong i-resolve yung conflict nila. So ganun siya, okay. So of course that is for the problem solving processes. Moving on to the approaches that of course under the understanding conflict and conflict resolution, we also have different types of approaches. We have process curriculum, mediation program, peaceable classroom, and peaceable school. Okay, so these approaches helps people to solve a particular conflict more sufficiently and more sustainable. Okay, so when we say process curriculum is an approach to conflict resolution education characterized by devoting a process curriculum, an approach to conflict resolution education characterized by devoting a specific time to teach the foundation abilities, principles, and one or more of the problem-solving process of conflict resolution as a separate course, distinct curriculum or daily lesson plan. So basically, when we say curriculum, this is part of education, and we are going to insert this process and ituro sa mga minorities, sa mga students. So that's how it works. Process curriculum. Mediation program, mediation program. When I say mediation program, a conflict resolution education program in which selected individuals like adults and students are trained in principles and foundation abilities of conflict resolution and in mediation process in order to provide a neutral third party facilitation to assist those conflict to reach a resolution. If you just for the record, mediation process is one of the most effective way to solve a specific conflict. Let's say for example, sa isang rido, okay, sa isang feud. Sa ating mga Marano, of course, it is very known for us. It is very common to us to have this type of problem like this rido. And if you just can observe, for us to be able to solve it, we have this third party, and that third party is called the mediator. In the whole process itself, it's called the mediation process. So that's how important mediation, kasi mediation talaga is napakalaking contributing factor in terms of solving a particular dispute. Okay, so thirdly, we have peaceable classroom. When we say peaceable classroom, a whole classroom methodology that includes teaching students the foundation abilities, principles, and one or more of the three problem-solving processes to conflict resolution. Okay, conflict resolution education is incorporated into the core subject of the curriculum itself, and into classroom management strategies. Peaceable classroom are the building blocks of the peaceable school. Okay, when we say peaceable classroom, this approach tends to educate students to be more emphatic and to be more, of course, to be more knowledgeable in terms of this issue. Of course, in terms of conflict resolution education. When you say peaceable classroom, sinasali sa isang classroom, of course, sinasali na dyan yung conflict resolution education as part of the curriculum, like what I've said a while ago dun sa process curriculum. Sinasama yung conflict resolution education as one of the things that has to be learned by the students. So meaning basically ang mangyayari dito sa mga student, itinuturo talaga sa kanila yung conflict resolution education for them to be able to produce, of course, a third party to of course to listen and to if possible, to mitigate and alleviate the existence and of conflict at the end of the day. Okay, so peaceable classroom, a comprehensive whole school methodology that builds on the peaceable classroom approaches by using conflict resolution as a system of operating for managing the school as well as the classroom. Conflict resolution education principles and processes are learned and utilized by every member of the school community, librarians, teachers, counselors, students, principals, and of course even the parents. So that is for the understanding conflict resolution education. So moving on to the mediation program approach. Today at this part we are going to elaborate what are the importance of mediation proper. I mean, that is one of the main highlights of this video, for us to be able to understand the things and to how can we solve a particular feud. Okay, so mediation program approach. A mediation school reported that maybe this school is in Washington, of course, as the number of mediation school reported that as the number of school and adults skilled in mediation increases in a school, the incidence of conflict in the school decreases. So basically, kung marami tayong student na may alam about this conflict resolution education, possible na ma-prevent natin yung conflict, possible of course na ma-mitigate and ma-lessen natin yung existence ng conflict sa ating society. Okay, so moving on to the mediation process. In pursuing this mediation process, you also have to consider these 6 major things that can help you to solve a particular dispute. Okay, firstly, we have set the stage. Secondly, we have perspective. Next, we have the identify interest contributing to the conflict. Fourth, we have create option that addresses the interests of both debatants. Fifth, we have evaluate this option according to the objective criteria. And of course, lastly, we have generate an agreement satisfactory to each debatant. Okay, so those 6 things are very crucial. Like, they are really crucial in terms of mediation process. So what are these things? When we say set the stage, establish ground rules for problem solving. So when you set the stage, you as a mediator, of course, like what I've told you, you as a mediator, you have to set the ground rules. You like no bad words, no violence, and etc. With this type of mechanism of yours, you can control the crowd, you can control the process itself. If you just set the stage properly, then basically the mediation process itself will be very much palpable at the end of the day. Next, we have gather perspective. When I say gather perspective, you tend to listen to each debatant's point of view. Meaning, you are going to let the debatants speak for themselves and explain why are they doing this, what are the main cause of their dispute. So basically, pakikinggan mo yung each side and for you to be able to judge whether and to decide whether what solution that you have to pursue at the end of the day. Third, we have identify interest contributing to the conflict. Sinasabi dito na kailangan mong kunin kung ano ba talaga yung gusto ng isang side, kung anong gusto ng isang side. And of course, you have to compare and you have to collide these two for you to cope up with the idea, with the solution that you have to pursue at the end of the day. With this type of mechanism, you are actually recognizing both interest of the disputes. Okay, so you are being equal and fair at the end of the day. We have create option that address the interest of both debatants. Okay, so meaning you as a mediator, you have to create an option. Let's say for what type of option. So this is how it works. Okay, pwedeng sabihin mo na ito yung gagawin natin para maka-cope up tayo sa ganitong outcome. Or, ito yung gagawin natin para ganito ganyan. So meaning, you are going to make an option for the debatants to choose whether of the two is the best for them is the best for them to like help them solve their conflict at the end of the day. So that's how creating an option works. Next, we have evaluate this option according to the two objective criteria. And of course, making some option, you also have to follow some objective. What are the possible outcomes of a particular option? And evaluating this can actually help you to make an option more palpable and more sustainable at the end of the day. So that's it. Lastly, we have generate an agreement satisfactory to each deputants. Okay, so after creating the option, you have to create an agreement as well, that if they are going to disobey your agreement, then basically ito yung mangyayari. Pwede na the dispute will persist, the dispute will etc. and etc. So yun yung mangyayari. In creating an agreement, you have to cite the worst case scenarios as well.